Hello, welcome to this tropical update for the Atlantic. So we have many areas to discuss today. There are nearly 5 areas marked on the National Hurricane Center for potential development, and all of them are very low probability. So the probability that actually something forms here is quite low, but we are monitoring all these areas for potential development and especially rainfall, because it looks like we have some big rainfall events ahead of us, including in the Gulf of the US and parts of Mexico and Central America. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video. So let's see these areas here. We have this new area in the Gulf. They say a trough of low pressures producing widespread disorganized showers and thunderstorms across northwestern Gulf of Mexico, including coastal Louisiana and Texas. Upper low-level winds expect to become less conducive for development. By Friday and Saturday, the frontal boundary approaches the system. Although the development is unlikely, heavy rainfall is expected across parts of the northern Gulf next day or two. So please stay safe from the rain there. And let's see, there's this second system. It's kind of subtropical, but let's see. A non-tropical area of low pressures located a few hundred miles east of North Carolina is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms to the northeast and east of the center. This system could acquire some subtropical characteristics in the next couple of days, while it moves generally north-northeast toward the remaining offshore of the northeastern United States. Once the low moves over cooler waters by late Saturday, further subtropical development is not expected. So be aware there, but nothing, just some that system there, some high seas and everything, but might bring a shower or two in the northeast, but it's far from the coast. So let's see this other area. Another tropical wave located a few hundred miles east of the Leeward Islands, producing limited shower and thunderstorm activity. A strong wind shear is expected to limit any development on this system during the next few days, while it moves west-northwest at 10 to 50 miles per hour. By early next week, environmental conditions could become a little more conducive for some slow development, while it moves west-northwest over the southwestern Atlantic. So we might need to monitor this system later on there. Then there's this old guy in the Gulf there that it says northwestern Caribbean and near the Gulf of Mexico. Shower thunderstorm activity has increased slightly in association with a tropical wave located over the western Caribbean Sea. Significant development of the system appears unlikely before the system reaches Belize and the Yucatan. By early Friday, some development is possible late weekend into early next week, where the system goes into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. So 30% chance now. This could go up to 40 again in the Gulf, but let's see. This other one, a broad area of low pressure over the eastern tropical Atlantic is producing those organized showers and thunderstorms. Some slow development of the system is possible during the next several days, where it drifts northwestward or northward, so just 20% there. So we'll be monitoring all these systems, but the greatest concern, I think, are these two guys here, because of the heavy rains it might cause in Central America and in the Gulf there. So we'll monitor this one as well. But this one and this one in Africa will likely just stay in the sea there and not cause any harm. But let's see what the models think. So wait here. So let's see, this the GFS from today has that system in the Gulf, a lot of heavy rain in Texas, Louisiana, especially Mississippi and Alabama. So please be careful there. Then it shows it going out along with the front into the north. It might bring some more rain into the eastern US and Canada later. And then there's these systems in Central America that might form something on the Pacific there. The GFS is showing them eventually going to Mexico again. And then there's this system, the southwestern Gulf, trying to form something in the Gulf, but not really making it and but gotta watch for this frontal boundary there in the Gulf. Might bring some heavy rain to Florida later, in other areas. But the system in the Atlantic, it actually shows a kind of developing there into a small depression, and then going out there and dissipating. But no immediate threats there. And let's see, it has some more leftover systems in the Gulf later, like small systems, but nothing crazy. And let's see, it even has a crazy system spinning up there in the middle of the Atlantic there later, but that's far out. And let's see, the European, the COC, it shows that system in the Gulf without the heavy rain there, and in Central America could try to form there in the Gulf, but the models today aren't really showing any big development anymore. But in the Eastern Pacific, the Europeans kind of showing some development there too. Gotta watch for Mexico later, because it might try to go there. And those leftover systems near the southeast might bring some rain in the Bahamas by September 12th. And then it shows those tiny systems in the Atlantic trying to do something, but not really. And the Canadian model has, let's see, has that system in the southwestern Gulf going there and actually developing into a tropical storm there and going to Mexico. So the Canadians actually developing this and still showing a lot of heavy rain in Louisiana, Mississippi there, and Alabama, going northeastward into the east coast and into the Atlantic. So let's see, so those tiny systems in the Atlantic trying to do something, and the icon has that's that low pressure system trying to become something subtropical, but then potentially affecting Nova Scotia and some other areas later. And it has those tiny systems in the Atlantic trying to become some depressions. One even might succeed in becoming a depression or something, but very low chance. And then shows that heavy rain in the Gulf, and that system actually developing there in the Gulf. Gotta watch, and then even some potential in the Eastern Pacific and some more heavy rain there. So be aware there. We will be monitoring this, but be careful with the heavy rains in the meantime. And let's see here, the European again for something. So there's still some dry air in the Atlantic and even the Eastern Caribbean, but where those systems are trying to form, it's relatively moist there, but not very moist. Then in the Gulf there, it's very moist in Central America. And let's see here, the wind shear is relatively calm there in the Gulf and Central America. Some areas of higher wind shear near the Eastern Caribbean, but later might dissipate a little bit. Some shows like September 9th, some stronger wind shear in the Caribbean, but the Gulf is kind of fine, and some other areas near the US, some higher wind shear, but nothing crazy as of now. And the ensembles from the European, you can see the different low pressures there, tagged by the National Hurricane Center. The first one, the subtropical, might try to become a subtropical feature. Those other tiny systems in the Atlantic, some members show probability of a depression or even a storm. With those systems there, even some other waves coming off of Africa might do something in the open ocean. It shows lots of members have some probabilities in the Gulf there for those systems near Texas and in the southwestern Gulf there. So gotta watch, and some members on the Pacific too. So let's see here, regions. Wait. So in the Eastern Pacific, the European has a lot of support there for a system forming just west of Mexico, and maybe affecting Baja California or some areas there. So gotta watch there too. And let's see, the GFS has even some higher support for something going to the Gulf of California, trying to enter Mexico, and more systems in the open Pacific possible, and near Central America there. So got a watch there, near Mexico, and let's see here. So in the Atlantic, the GFS has some support for the tiny system in the Gulf, but not much support, but it has some support there, so something could try to spin up. The subtropical system might become a feature for some time, but a low chance. But if it does, it will become very quickly like a subtropical storm and then die, and then or depression even, and then it shows some support there in the open Atlantic for a tiny system spinning up quickly and going away. Even shows something closer to the Caribbean, but only 2 members show that, so nothing crazy. And some tropical storm probabilities, it shows up to 70% of a subtropical storm there off the east coast, and shows a like 20% there in the Gulf. Then by September 9th, goes up to a 70% chance in the Gulf still, tropical storm, still some probabilities there, but mainly that 70 to 60% chance in the Gulf there, and then it decreases later. And even some small probabilities in the open Atlantic later. And let's see, tropical depression probabilities. So tropical depression probabilities are nearly 100% there near the coast of Texas. So weird that nothing has formed and it's still a low probability, because those probabilities here are more than 100% there. So, but we'll watch that. But it might become a short-lived depression, but maybe not. It would just cause some heavy rains there. And then that system there near Nova Scotia going northeast, and then already a 70% chance by September 8th there in the southwestern Gulf. Later in the southwestern Gulf, let's see, goes to an 80% chance of a tropical depression there, an 80 to 90% chance there, but by the 9th, so gotta watch. It's still an 80% chance by the 10th, then it dissipates later, and it gets some higher probabilities in the open Atlantic, all the way up to 70% chance by September 12th there, so gotta watch too. And let's see. So the rainfall is the biggest concern now. So the European model has reported 300 millimeters on southern Louisiana just in the next 5 days. 200 millimeters, southern Mississippi like 122 millimeters, 130 millimeters in the southeastern Texas, close to like 129 millimeters, 131, 100 millimeters. So please be careful there. Let's take this a little bit backwards. Just in the next 3 days already shows like more close to 200 millimeters in Louisiana there, and then as we increase this to 5 days, shows a little bit more, but please be careful there. Let's see. But in Mexico too, close to 300 millimeters next 5 days, so be careful too. Might be some spots of flooding, especially further south as the heavy rains become more numerous throughout southern Mexico. Western Mexico too, more heavier showers and storms during the afternoon. And with that tropical wave there, shows more than 100 millimeters in a big portion of southern Mexico, so be careful there. Might be some thunderstorms and some heavy rain and flash flooding spots, so be careful. Some more showers and some storms for northern Mexico, but nothing crazy, so be careful there. Lluvia fuerte y tormentas en muchas zonas de México. Precauciones. Good. So let's see, in Guatemala, shows some 50 millimeters, 78 millimeters in some areas. Might have some heavier showers and spots and a lot of storms, so be aware. In Belize, it shows 64 millimeters, 61, 57 millimeters, so be aware. Might have some more showers and storms passing by, especially with this tropical wave in the western Caribbean there. So it's currently there. So now there's already some heavy rain in Belize there. This is the satellite. It shows lots of showers and storms near Belize, so be careful today and tomorrow. Even later, this tropical wave passes by, because there's more moisture back behind it. so be careful there. It shows those storms now, and then more later. This like Friday tomorrow shows a lot of storms in the Yucatan, in Belize, Guatemala, even Honduras, Nicaragua. Some heavier storms in some areas, so be careful there. And let's see, in southern Honduras shows some spots more than 100 millimeters next 5 days. 109 in northern Nicaragua, even that lake in Nicaragua, more than 100 millimeters and around it too. So be aware there, some storms and showers, more showers and storms throughout Nicaragua, heavier northwestern Costa Rica, so be careful there. And more showers and storms might be heavier in some spots throughout Costa Rica, Panama, some heavier showers in Panama and in some areas, so be careful there. And El Salvador might have some more scattered showers and storms. And some more showers in Jamaica, might be some afternoon storms, especially in Cuba, some afternoon and evening thunderstorms there, and some more showers. More in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, some more showers, some storms in the foothills there, a storm or two in Puerto Rico, some showers, and more showers throughout the Eastern Caribbean, showing more than 29 millimeters, 18 millimeters the next 5 days, so be aware. Might be a heavier shower in a spot or two next 5 days. And shows some showers, maybe thunderstorm or two, but mainly some showers in the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. And even in Florida, shows like more than 100 millimeters next 5 days as the rains of the moisture pass through there. And then the GFS has a similar picture but further east than the European. It has like 161 millimeters in Louisiana, 135 in New Orleans, let's see, 160 for southern Alabama, into the Florida Panhandle a lot, so be careful in those areas. Through eastern Mexico, has more than 100 millimeters, the eastern coastal Mexico, southern Mexico, more than 200, 100 millimeters, so might be some flooding there. Be careful, Guatemala's Mexico border shows more than 100 millimeters, might be some heavier storms in southern Guatemala especially. Be aware in Honduras and El Salvador, some more showers and storms, some will be heavy. In the Yucatan, some more showers and storms. Belize with a tropical wave, and Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama shows heavier there. So the GFS is like more than 100 millimeters throughout Costa Rica, Panama. So be careful. Might be some heavier showers and storms in San Andres and some areas. Some more showers and storms, and has more in the northeastern Caribbean through Hispaniola and Cuba. Some more afternoon storms and showers. So be aware there, and some more showers in the Bahamas. So let's see here. The wind gusts might be slightly gusty with that tropical wave, especially in the Gulf. There's some gusty winds with that tropical wave, and where there are gusty winds, there are larger waves. So be aware. And this is mainly it. So stay safe there from the heavy rains and everything. And we will keep monitoring this.